Good afternoon, it's Gabriel Jackson. Welcome to BJC Mitzvah A. Number 78, Part 2 of Mitzvah A keeps us on its way. The obligation to follow the majority. And once again, dedicated for a refuah shlema for my mother, Fega Baskoda. She should have a complete refuah shlema from her arm. She's doing great, but we want her to be 100%. And yes, try to get rid of some chametz fat, the chametz belly before Pesach. We got to get rid of all types of chametz. All right, here we go. Continuing with this beautiful mitzvah. The Chinuch notes that although the relative wisdom of the parties must be taken into account, this is not a universal rule. This that I've said, says the author, that the principle of choosing the majority applies only when the two differing groups are equal in the true wisdom, i.e. Torah knowledge and wisdom. Surely we say this rule in all areas of dispute, with the exception of disagreements between the judges of the Sanhedrin, the High Court, with regard to whom we are not particular when they disagree about which group is more knowledgeable. Rather, we always act in accordance with the opinion of the majority of judges, irrespective of the relative knowledge and wisdom of the differing parties. The reason for this difference is because the judges of the Sanhedrin are of a fixed number designated by the Torah, and therefore by directing us to follow the majority of the Sanhedrin in judicial cases, it is as if the Torah has expressly commanded following the majority of these specific sages who compose the Sanhedrin, shall you conduct all your issues. Furthermore, all the judges of the Sanhedrin were sages of great stature, and therefore they would generally not be a great discrepancy in the relative wisdom of those judges. There would be. Among the underlying purposes of this mitzvah is that we are commanded regarding this matter to following the majority opinion in order to strengthen the continued existence of our law, i.e. the Torah. Chinuch explains why this mitzvah is essential to the continuity of Torah law and observance. For if we were not commanded to follow the majority, but instead had been commanded, fulfill the dictates of the Torah, following the best of your ability to comprehend its true intent, each individual member of Israel would say, my understanding is that the truth of such and such matter, i.e. a particular law, is such. Each individual would have his own opinion on matters of Torah law and would be obligated to follow his own judgment. I teach classes and I always say you'd have, to my students, you'd have Steveism, you'd have Melism, you'd have Garyism, right? It's Judaism. We need the majority. And even if the entire world would state the opposite of his opinion, he would not have the right to act in regard to that matter in a way that is incompatible with the truth according to his own view. This system would result in a destruction of the Torah system, for the Torah would become as if it were comprised of many divergent individual Torahs, as every person would practice a remarkably different set of laws, because each individual would judge how the Torah's laws are to be interpreted in accordance with the limitations of his own intellect. All right, what do you say? Should we pause there? Let's pause there. We will continue. We might be able to finish tomorrow, maybe not. It's a bit long, but we'll try our best. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. The sponsor, 36 100 for gold.